It's been a year since he hit his girlfriend. She said something that made him angry.
And I went back to the house, and she was in bed, and I slapped her twice.
Larry is having to learn now. Hitting won't solve his problems.
I didn't have any skills. I never learned any skills to deal with situations like normal people would.
He's learning how much he hurt the one he cared for most.
And I gave her 2 black eyes, and nobody deserves that. When I started getting physically assaulted, I knew I needed some help, and she helped me to find some help.
Anger management and group therapy are teaching Larry a lot he never knew before.
I wanted to be good and nice and loving and caring to people. And I want to be honest, I want to be all these good things, but I've really never been these things at all my whole life. It's like I'm having to start life all over.
And you're not alone by any means. A shelter is the place when you finally realize that your life is in danger. Your entire life has been yanked out from you just so you could save your own life or the lives of your children, and you've come with the clothes on your back.
This time I won't show I'm vulnerable. This time I won't give in first.
Leslie Stickle manages this safe shelter. Its location is known only to the women who find their way here.
This time I will not be hurt.
I have the right to all of my feelings.
They're reading from a personal Bill of Rights. It's been a long time since these women felt they had a right to anything.
This is the 4th time that I've left. And the other times that I left, I would talk to him, and he would cry, and I'm sorry, and I'll never do that again.
We'll call her Lindsay.
Every day you think, oh God, you have to do it again. You're going to have to get hit again, or you're going to have to get followed, or you're going to have to get things torn out, your clothes cut up, or your hair cut off, or whatever.
This time won't let my emotions rule my life. This time.
For a while at least, Lindsay and her children have found sanctuary here after their escape from home.
I planned for well over a month. I would take little things and stash them. And everybody was scared of him. Nobody was willing to help me get out. Fortunately, I had a friend that doesn't live in the town that I came from that said, I will help you, but if you come back, don't ask for help again.
Living for years in an abusive home is like living through a war. And battered women have often survived abuse, incest, or neglect, having been victimized by their parents as well as their partners.
Well, my childhood is almost as bad as, actually worse than my adulthood so far. There's a lot of abuse in my family. I left home when I was 14 and I've never been back.
Mom, can you open this, please?
Lindsay can already see the cycle of violence being repeated in her own children.
My children are really angry. They get really angry. And instead of talking or reasoning or doing something, they hit. So I hope to teach them that it's easier and a lot better to talk when you're mad and talk about it and get your feelings out than to hold them in and explode.
To win your love, your affection, to hide my fear of rejection.
We've already received phone calls and had women come through, and they get here and they go, I remember this house. I was here 15 years ago when my mom and I and my brother and sisters were here.
Lindsay wants to make sure her children will not become abusers or victims. She's intent on finding a home, going to school, and building a new life. Yet her top priority is her children.
I hope that we'll be happy, that we can just make it on our own, that they'll be proud of me, and I'll be proud of them.
Lindsay is not alone in her hopes for her children. As parents, we all want to raise our daughters and sons to respect each other as adults. But there are still differences in the values and roles we teach our little girls and boys. Some say that's part of the problem.
Little girls are taught to take care of people. They model after their mothers. They're taught about relationships, and they're taught to think about how people are feeling and take care of their feelings. And women are taught to express their feelings. We socialize boys that it's sissy to cry, but it is okay to get angry. If you get frustrated and you cry, you may get censured. But if you get frustrated and you hit somebody, at least you're acting like a little boy. Women are socialized to be accommodating, to take care of people. Men are taught to hide their feelings. They are taught that they must be in command and in control. And one of the ways that they are rewarded is when they're aggressive. And so you put those two things together, and you marry people under those circumstances. You have a culture that tolerates violence, and I don't think it's at all unusual that we have the situation that we have.